while Trump was getting a military parade. Americans were in the streets, chanting, marching, and demanding one thing: no kings. Across 2,000 cities and towns, people stepped out into the rain, into the heat, into the noise, not for a festival, not for a concert, but to remind the world that America is a democracy, not a monarchy. These protests weren't random. They were a direct response to something bigger, something that felt dangerous. While President Trump threw himself a grand military parade on his birthday, complete with tanks, jets, and parachutes, people saw something else, a flex of power that felt more North Korea than the United States.
I can remember in 2016 all the propaganda that was put out on North Korea and how they had a show for Kim Jong-un's birthday and all the rockets that they displayed and the nuclear weapons. And the West took that as an insult and kind of a threat. Well, I see absolutely no difference in what's happening in DC right now. It's an absolute waste of tax dollars in any kind of way that you can put it. It's a threat. It's a threat to the American people that says if you step out of line, we will destroy you. We will take everything you love away. And I'm not going to stand for that.
And so they protested. The No Kings movement exploded across the country. Chants rang out: no Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA. You could hear them in Boston, Atlanta, Philly, and outside Mar-a-Lago. People held signs calling out authoritarianism, racism, ICE raids, and the erosion of basic rights. But this wasn't just about Trump's parade. This was about what the parade symbolized. Veterans, yes, actual soldiers who fought for the country, stood up and said, "This isn't what we fought for." One man who served in Afghanistan twice said it straight. "This feels like a threat. Like if we step out of line, the government is ready to crush us." That's not democracy. That's fear. Here's where it gets serious. The No Kings protest wasn't about hating the military. Organizers made it crystal clear. They respect the troops, but they reject the idea of one man using military power to serve his ego. Lisa Gilbert from Public Citizen said it best. "We didn't want to stand in front of the parade. We wanted a split screen. One side, the government wasting taxpayer dollars on a birthday show. The other side, real Americans standing up for democracy." So what's the real problem here? People across the country are scared that democracy is slipping. They're watching immigrants being detained for their politics. They're watching judges and universities get attacked. And they're wondering, when did we stop listening to the people? Because here's the thing. Americans aren't asking for much. They just want their voices to matter. They want due process. They want to live without fear. And they want leaders who serve, not rule. But something powerful happened that day. Despite the tension, despite the anger, there was no violence, no chaos, just a sea of people saying, "In America, we don't have a king." It was one of the largest, most peaceful protests in recent years, and it barely made the front page. That silence? That's part of the problem too. This isn't over. From Juneteenth to Labor Day, more protests are coming. People aren't staying quiet. And if the government won't listen, the streets will keep speaking.